You started your testimony with saying that the organization or organizations that you're affiliated with are interested in doing away with some of the incentives, I guess, for people to come here.
Right. Jobs and anchor babies is the two main magnets that attract people here.
Okay. Well, and the difficulty, it seems to me that what attracts people to the U.S. And to Texas in particular is opportunity. Is that not correct? I mean, the ability to do things and the ability to
Absolutely. Get out of that terrible poverty of Mexico. It's a terrible place to live right now.
And Mexico's not the only place. I don't want to send the sign
Kuwait,
we're only
Somalia,
talking about.
Romania, they're all, nothing's as good as the U.S. This is a wonderful place to come to.
And so, I mean, I will tell you, I mean, the Internet is a great thing. And as I've researched, you know, the reason that Anglo-Americans began coming to Texas illegally in 1819. And in 1819, Anglo-Americans started coming to Texas, and you know why they came? And why they came illegally? They came illegally because of opportunity. So the one thing that hasn't changed over this time is the fact that people still want opportunity, and people still
Absolutely.
want the opportunity to have a better life and a better, and so
don't disagree with that.
So the idea that we can take away incentives is shooting ourselves in the foot, because as long as our economy is good, as long as we're able to, as long as people think they can earn a better living here in Texas than they can wherever else they, I mean, you know, frankly, there's people from other states who are coming here that are sometimes just as bothersome as, but regardless, I mean, I want to be clear when you talk about why people come here. I mean, people come here because it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful place.
Sure.
It's a great place to raise a family.
Absolutely.
It's a great place to live. It's a great place to build a career. And we don't want to get rid of those things. We don't want to get rid of any of those things. And while I'm in sync with getting people to follow the law, I'm also in sync with the fact that, A, this is really a federal issue, and B, I do think that it is a little problematic for all of us, in small towns in particular, to be all inclusive in terms of our enforcement of the law. There's some things that we're not quite equipped to do as well as officers are.
Are we still talking about HB 9?
So my question to you is, when you support these bills, do you keep those? I mean, does that factor into the equation?
Absolutely. The reason I support the bill is because Houston is a sanctuary city. I have a copy of the police department policy that prohibits their officers. It's clearly in violation of this bill. If this bill were to get passed, they would have to rescind that policy, or they would begin to lose funds.
And so, would you be more comfortable if we applied it to Houston instead of just making the rest of us follow along, or we're being punished for something that
I'm not in the business of being selective about selective enforcement. Or in the Air Force, we had a thing called selective enforcement of regulations. Was frowned upon.
So
very
you'd be
seriously.
opposed to bracketing something, because I will tell you that what's a problem in Houston isn't usually a problem in Fort Hancock or Alpine or Marfa, because our situation is very different.